Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Jim Crane with you once again. Today, I thought we'd take a look at another product from Stickman Leather up in Renton, Washington. Sean Bettinger is the owner, craftsman, designer, proprietor. This bag is called the Lindy bag, and he's had this bag in his store for, I want to say 10 years, possibly even longer than that. He still makes it. There's probably thousands of these out there somewhere. But this is the Lindy bag, and it's a kind of a throwback to the aviators bags of the 1920s and 30s. Lindy, I'm assuming, is named after Lucky Lindy or Charles Lindbergh, who flew the Atlantic, first person to do so, and I think that was 1927, but don't hold my feet to the fire on that. But this is the Lindy bag. It's a cool bag. It's a soft bag. In fact, almost everything that Sean makes, if not everything, tends to be out of softer leathers. So they have a lot of give. They don't really have much structure in them, but they are very soft, very easy to carry, very livable. So this is the Lindy bag. It happens to be in black leather, but he makes it in different colors, and typically he makes these out of the redwood, or not the redwood, but the bison, the American bison hides. So they're not cow hides, they're bison, and they come in different colors: the redwood bison, whiskey, dark brown, and occasionally he makes them in odd leathers, hides that he gets that he'll make a Lindy bag out of. Just for fun. So occasionally you'll see them in wildly different kinds of leathers, but this one happens to be a classic black. So if you are, someone who has to commute to work and you want something that's soft as you have this thing over your shoulder, you want to throw it under the seat of a train or some kind of conveyance, and you want something that's pliable and will mold to whatever little place you're going to shove it into, this is the kind of bag for you. It's not a hard structured briefcase, but it's kind of in the form of a briefcase. It's actually a double buckle satchel is more the correct form. And it's made out of this black leather. This particular one is a really kind of nice, firm, textured leather. It feels, I don't know what it is exactly. Sorry about that, but it's a really nice feeling leather. And when I went through this bag, I kind of go through a bag and look at every tiny aspect of it. And I gotta say, a lot of work went into building this. A lot of work goes into building these, I should say. And he's been making these for a long time. So he really has it down to a science, because this is a complicated build. And he pours pours these things out of his leather shop in proliferation. But he knows how to build them. I don't know how long it takes him to build one of these. It's got to take some time. I know from looking at some of his videos in the past, he will build a batch at the same time. He'll build 10 Lindy bags at once, and he'll cut all the pieces out, lay them all out, and then start assembling them. So he does it in a very, very logical fashion, and that allows him to be prolific with his production, because he's basically a one-man show up there. But this guy puts out more leather goods than almost any other single leather maker that I know of. The guy has, I don't know where he gets the time and how he does it, but he's really good at it. So anyway, let's go through this bag. It's not for everyone. It's for people who, younger college student, someone who likes the messenger style bag versus a structured briefcase. And that could be anybody. But if you carry a varied amount of things throughout your week, and you need something that can expand or contract, something that has adjustable buckles and shoulder strap, this is the kind of bag for you. It does, in my opinion, it's got more of a kind of a younger feel, although in the black like this, it's very classic, but the other colors are not so, the other bags in the other colors, the other leathers, look a little more contemporary, a little, maybe with a little younger kind of feel to it, not the old stodgy kind of briefcase feel. This bag is 15 inches wide. It's about 12 inches tall, and because it is made from soft leather, it's a satchel type bag. It's 5 inches wide, but you can put something wider in there if you need to. I think the leather on this bag is really beautiful. We'll go through the build and we'll go through the interior of it. So we'll start with the shoulder strap. If you've seen another video I've done on Sean's bags, he makes the shoulder straps himself. So he could have used a piece of black bridle leather or any kind of veg tan leather and just fit out the end and attached a lobster claw clasp and punched some holes and been done with it. But he'll use the same leather that he builds the bag out of to make the straps. All the straps he makes. So they're not, he doesn't buy them already pre-made. He cuts them out of the hide. He folds them over, he stitches them twice, and they always match his bags. So this shoulder strap is adjustable, and it's got lots of adjustment in it. So if you are short or if you are really tall, you can carry this crossbody if you want to, or just over a shoulder, because it's got a lot of adjustment. He uses a nice stainless steel buckle on it, and again, really nice job, nice work. I know it's got to be more expensive to build the shoulder strap this way, because it does require a lot of leather. You have to sacrifice a large piece of the hide to get the shoulder strap out of it. But Sean knows how to do it. Like I said, he's probably got this thing down to a science, so good for him. There is a really big slip pocket in the back. You know I love a slip pocket. I love to slip a magazine in there. I don't really slip newspapers in them anymore, but I'll put my phone back there. Or receipts on the fly. I'll just throw them in there instead of taking the time to open a bag. And it's the full width of the bag, and there's plenty of room in there. You can put even a pretty large size book in there if you needed to. There is a handle on the top. He does a really nice job with this handle. It is reinforced underneath. I think it's a piece of maybe fiberglass reinforcement. So that it holds its shape when you pick it up. Even if the bag is fully loaded, it retains that shape instead of doing the butterfly effect. So that's a nice touch. And then the handle is 2 pieces of leather sewn together, and then he puts this additional detail on it so that your fingers and your palm are touching a folded piece of leather versus the side of the leather. It gives it an extra dimension, so it's a little more comfortable to pick up. Okay. Around the front here, and the shoulder strap is detachable. So if you want to just carry it without the shoulder strap, you can take one of these take the lobster claw clasp, take it off. And one more detail I do want to mention, and Sean mentions this in his video, this D-ring is attached with a piece of steel that is covered with leather, and then it is riveted in with a copper burr rivet. So this anchor point is very, very secure. You can carry this bag your entire lifetime and not worry about this D-ring being pulled out. So extra effort. It doesn't show, you can't see it, but it's there. So you know that Sean has a lot of faith and takes a lot of pride in his build, and does that even though it's not visible. It's there so that you don't have to worry about it when you're the owner and you're carrying the bag. So on the front, adjustable closure here, and again, Sean builds these straps by hand. And so we'll open it. Stainless steel buckles again. Inside, this flap is actually 2 pieces of leather that he has stitched together. And the way it's done, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I think he builds the flap separate, inside out, and then turns it out, and and you get this. So there's a lot of work that goes into that. Some of the bags will have a different color leather here, some of the Lindy bags, but this black one is classic black. All of the leather in the bag is black. There are no other shades. So let me pull this pillow out that I used to give it some structure. There's a big pocket on the front that's leather lined, and you can put a lot of stuff in there. If you've got some file folders you need to take home, or you got some papers you need to correct, or some magazines or samples or whatever, there's a nice big pocket. The edge is finished, so you get this nice finished edge. That's a kind of a hallmark of Sean Bettinger's work. He always makes his bags look really classy and really well done. Even though they're not really expensive, this bag's not really expensive for the size of it. There's a little tag in here. I don't think Sean put it in there. I think somebody else did. When I buy bags, a lot of times I will buy them anonymously so that the shop doesn't know who's purchasing the bag. So I don't want a special bag. I just want a run-of-the-mill bag to use for the review. But these things I believe are around $5.25 on his site. And I'll put the link below, which is a real bargain for the amount of work that goes into this thing. I mean, my goodness, he puts a lot of work in. There's a big slip pocket in the back of the interior, and the flap is attached with rivets and double stitching. And again, you got some leather lining inside, so the bag is fully leather lined on the interior. Nice big divider here, and then there's a zip pocket in it with a YKK zipper, and you can put your checkbook or wallet or keys or whatever you need to secure in that zip pocket, and close it up. And then you have this great big leather lined interior space that you can fit a lot of stuff in. It will hold a lot. I had that big pillow in there, so it's got a lot of interior cubic inch volume. If you need a good sized bag, it'll swallow up any size laptop that you have. You don't have to worry about that. It will swallow up anything you have. Okay, so again, this is a nice little bag. If you like the soft style bags, I know a lot of you guys do. You like the soft style. You don't like the hard structured bags. You want something that's more, I don't know what word to use. I don't want to use the word hip, but something with a kind of a younger vibe to it. That's the Lindy bag. Beautiful work. He always does beautiful work, and it's always at reasonable prices, which I appreciate. I know there's some makers out there that think that their work is, worth every minute that they devote to the build, and it doesn't quite work that way. If it takes you 30 hours to build a bag, you can't charge somebody $3,000 for the bag, especially if you can get a similar product from somebody who has the build down to a science, where it's not just a hobby, it's their livelihood. So like I said, I don't know how long it takes Sean to turn out one of these bags. If he can do a whole batch in one day, or if it takes him several days. I would like to know what it takes time-wise just to build one bag, but I don't think he builds them that way. I don't think he builds them one at a time. I think he builds them in batches, and that's why he can be so prolific with his stuff. So a nice bag. I really like it. I love the leather that's used, and I love all of the work and effort that goes into building it. So I'll put the link below. And they're not always in stock. They go in and out of stock depending on what other products Sean is building. And in his shop, he's got lots of stuff. He's got stuff for ladies. He's got, all kinds of wine bottle carriers, wallets, all kinds of bags of different descriptions, the smoke jumper bag and a traveler's bag and a whole bunch of things. So the guy has really got a head for design and really knows how to produce the bags so that they're affordable and attainable by most people. So again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll be back with some more reviews, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.